transition is for a transgender person, even if you're female to male or male to female. It's an emotional, it's a physical, and a spiritual journey. I knew at the age of about 7 years old that I was different. I started transitioning when I was 57, so back in the days when I started feeling different than most children, it was hard to explain. There was really no way to explain it. I had had a lot of people that were close to me pass away. They, would tell me kind of in their last days or the last day that, they wish they'd have been true to themselves. And that was a real big impact on me. I was not a feminine man by any means. I was pretty bulky, and I was always kind of the guy. I came out at work to an ally, and I found that Cummins had processes in place, but they really had never used them before. They learned to walk the walk with me, so to speak. We had meetings with the managers on a regular basis. We had, I gave them some education about transgender surgeries and those kind of things. I underwent facial surgery. I underwent a breast augmentation, and then I had to work full-time and live full-time for a year, and then I had my gender corrective surgery. When you come back, you're using all the female pronouns. They knew you before, and everyone was really nervous that they would mess up and call me by my old name, call me by, he or whatever. And so I gave everyone like a preliminary forgiveness and told them what my expectations were over time. When I return, my legal name will be Jacqueline Renee Patterson. You may call me Jackie or Jacqueline. It would also be more appropriate to refer to me in the pronouns she or her. My appearance and my overall presentation will be different, but little else is going to change. I want to stress that internally I will be the same person with the technical knowledge, feeling, and respect I had for everyone prior to my leave. I know this change will be somewhat awkward at first to adjust to for some of you. Mistakes will be made on occasion when you speak with me, and I am sensitive of that time it will take for others to adjust. We have to understand the impact that we have around everyone else when we transition, and that we have to be open a little bit about that interaction and the respect that we give as well as what we expect from others. There has to be some leeway for people to be able to come to you and tell you they don't believe what you did was right, but that they in some way or another respect you. There has to be some opening for some dialogue there to be able to help people understand that you know how they feel and they know how you feel. If you look straight up there, that's where the executive restroom was. And when I first transitioned, the CEO allowed me to come up there and go to the restroom every day until I was comfortable with where I was at. So I did that for about the first month and a half until everyone sort of got in, comfortable with me being here. Then I started using the restroom over here, kind of a part customer restroom and, other worker restrooms. And it's been a really good experience. I've been accepted really well. My wife stayed with me, and we've become actually two girls in the home that, she's been very good with helping me learn how to dress, helping me understand how to do the makeup, how to carry myself, and those kind of things. It's kind of been a good experience with her. And we've become probably closer friends than we ever were. At some level, you experience spirituality within yourself. Your inner self tries to stay the same as far as your heart and the person that you really are, but also that you're having some physical changes. There's some new presentations that you're making, and it's really a surreal feeling to manage all of those things at one time. I was an Orthodox Christian for 30 years, very active in my church. I still sit here and kind of look at the different parts of my altar and when I'm reading, and I still believe that there's no disconnect between me and God, that I am a creation of His. I think since I transitioned, this is one of a very important icon. This is an icon of the creation, and if you look there on that icon, you see nothing but diversity, that God has created. No two of those fish or anything, any of those creatures are the same. And that's really stunning to me, and I never looked at it in that light until I transitioned. It was one day it sort of came to me, and that's the way a lot of things have kind of came to me, and and I really believe it's God talking. You have to listen. I thought about, wow, if this is emotional, physical, and spiritual, then all these other people that have called me are missing the same thing. If I took all these notes that I did in confidentiality, it all started making sense to begin some kind of an alliance that would bring everyone together. We've gotten noticed by the Justice Department to possibly provide some much needed training to the Indianapolis Police Department, Metropolitan Police Department, about Transgender 101, hate crime type of detection and those type of things, and working with the Indiana Youth Group and the Justice Department to bring that to the greater police department and the sheriff's department and maybe some places beyond. There are some cities in Indiana where, dressed or not, a transgender person cannot walk on the street. Dressed or not, they're not even safe driving in their car to the grocery store. When you're transgender and you can't come out and you can't talk to anyone about it, it's almost as if you look in the mirror and you're not really seeing the person you know you really are. I would like to leave you with the words of encouragement I found during my journey by Marianne Williamson. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.